when I started this, the first scene made me very angry. Like, how can this man do this to a woman? What part of it shook you, made you angry? What affected you?
It would be a disservice to say we've been hearing about these stories. I've been hearing about stories about violence against women. We all have. We wake up in the morning, we read an article, some viral, video will be going around, and it's like the world is almost desensitized.
अगर कोई छोटे गांव में कोई औरत ये इंटरव्यू देख रही है, मगर ये वीडियो पहुंचा है जगह जगह, what would be Priyanka Chopra's message?
कि सोसाइटी का नजरिया बदलना बहुत जरूरी है, और and that happens with conversations, and that happens with films like this that enable conversations. That happens with brave women like Shrishti and our other survivors that are in the movie.
Priyanka, Shrishti, welcome to Bollywood Hungama. Good to be here, especially after watching the documentary. So big congratulations firstly to both of you.
Thank you.
Right, Priyanka, when did you hear this story for the first time, and when did you come on board? Could you tell us?
Well, I am just a supporter. I mean, Shrishti and the team have done all the work. I mean, Audacious came to Purple Pebble Pictures. We at my company are very, very supportive. And we like to give a platform to filmmakers that have unique stories and, want to get like a magnification. And I love doing that. And we at the company love supporting new filmmakers. And I think Shrishti's story was so unique and so authentic to me that, first of all, I also am a big fan of all the stuff that Audacious does. I think they're amazing. But I just think that this story was just such a unique perspective from her that I just wanted to come on board. I had seen the movie, become a fan of it, and just wanted to help magnify the reach as much as I could.
Amazing. That really makes a big difference. Shrishti, to you, what an incredible story, what an incredible journey. My question is, when you went to these places, how okay were these women telling you their stories? You didn't know them from before. Did they open up easily? Any challenges there?
Yeah, Rohit, there was a process to it, and we learned over time. It was also designed. So if you watch the film, there is a whole process of literally creating a safe space first before approaching with hard questions to women, and obviously letting them be the owner of their own story. So if they would like to share is when we approach them, but there was a whole process of kind of unveiling the concept of equity, then having them participate in it. And that's how we conducted our workshops and conversations with these women.
Right. Priyanka, this is a deep-rooted problem in all over the world, in many countries and in India also. What would be your message? अगर कोई छोटे गांव में कोई औरत ये इंटरव्यू देख रही है, मगर ये वीडियो पहुंचा है जगह जगह, what would be Priyanka Chopra's message? आप क्या बोलना चाहेंगे उनको?
You're absolutely right. ये प्रॉब्लम हमारी नहीं है, दुनिया भर की औरतों ने झेला है, और टाइम मेमोरियल से झेलते आए हैं हम लोग. आई थिंक ये सोसाइटी का नजरिया बदलना बहुत जरूरी है, और एंड दैट हैपेंस विद कॉन्वर्सेशंस, एंड दैट हैपेंस विद फिल्म्स लाइक दिस दैट enable conversations. That happens with brave women like Shrishti and our other survivors that are in the movie sharing their stories. But ये stories कम होनी जरूरी हैं, और ये दुनिया भर में ये stories कम होनी जरूरी है. एक औरत को अपनी इज्जत और अपने आप का होना, उसकी एजेंसी होनी चाहिए, and I think that atrocities, any form of atrocities against women because of gender, we're in 2024. We have to be able to be louder about this conversation. So मेरा मैसेज यही होगा कि जितनी बात इसके बारे में होगी, जितना हम अपने बच्चों को सिखा पाएंगे, तभी सोसाइटी का नजरिया बदलता है, तभी सोसाइटी बदलती है. And I'm really proud कि सृष्टि ने ये कॉन्वर्सेशन को, बहुत लोग इसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, लेकिन सृष्टि इसको आगे बढ़ाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं.
बिल्कुल, that's a great message. Shrishti, this is such a long and incredible journey that will stay with you for life. What's your takeaway from this? Also, like Priyanka said, how will you take this ahead now? What is the plan?
It was and is a life-changing journey. Sometimes I really find it hard to recognize myself when I was the younger version of me. But I've grown up in the capacity of having that privilege also, Rohit. तो वो privilege को कैसे share किया जाता है? I mean, there are model and examples of women who have done that, and Priyanka is one of them. So the amount of, wind she has blown beneath our wings, it's just something which you can't, imagine as a person who is working towards a goal and a mission like mine. So there are a lot of people who have the spotlight. Very few are willing to share it. So I would say that in my work forward is to emulate this and practice this as well. So I have got a certain kind of another spotlight. How can I help other people around the world to pass on this message? So I work on projects right from Ecuador in South America to Sub-Saharan Africa. How I'm taking it forward is to be able to, I'm good at fundraising. I plug myself in leadership positions of charities, different organizations, and help them proceed on their mission. So with very innovative ideas. So that's the work forward for myself.
Absolutely. Great. This is absolutely life-changing. And what you said about Priyanka, that, sharing the limelight is so important. Priyanka, I continue to say this, you make us so very proud.
Thank you, Rohit. You've known me now for too long. Let's not tell people how long.
Yes, not at all. Just yesterday. Priyanka, when I started this, the first scene made me very angry. That, how can this man do this to a woman? What part of it shook you, made you angry? What affected you?
I don't think it's anger for me.
Okay.
I think it would be a disservice to say we've been hearing about these stories. I've been hearing about stories about violence against women. We all have. We wake up in the morning, we read an article, some viral, video will be going around, and it's like the world is almost desensitized. And to me, what this movie does is it awakens your consciousness, and that's it moved me on that level, that it made me feel guilty of also being part of being desensitized in a way. And I'm a filmmaker, and the only thing I can do is really share what I'm feeling through the medium of film and TV, and supporting Boom was my way of being part of that conversation.
Right. Shrishti, your takeaway I was asking earlier is, does this happen in one strata of society? Where are these problems, or are they all around us?
Yeah, it's a common misconception कि ये सिर्फ गरीब परिवार में होता है, and it's not something which is prevalent outside of it. ऐसा नहीं. In fact, my discovery through the road has been that it is across the country, it is across the world, it is across strata of society. So sometimes this whole thing of financial dependency also creates sort of a jail for a woman to leave her circumstances. And फिल्म में ये बहुत इस बारे में हमने कॉन्शियस रहे हैं कि हम ये दिखाएं कि जरूरी नहीं है कि अगर कोई एक लेडी डॉक्टर है कि उसके पास में वायलेंस नहीं है. ऐसा नहीं होता है.
Right.
So, you have a journey. Every woman has a journey, and she faces it in many different shades. Let's just say that. So this has to be intrinsic. Society के बिल्कुल अंदर से इसको निकालना पड़ेगा, this inequality that women face. So that is where our directed efforts are.
Priyanka, what Shrishti is saying is so important, that this is all around us. You have grown up in this country, you know this country inside out. It starts with, even in cities, with a girl coming, Gen Z is facing their own issues. A girl will start and discuss with friends that my boyfriend beat me, someone slapped me. Where should one draw a line? What would be Priyanka's message to the young girls watching this?
That's a big question. I can speak for myself.
Yes.
I have not been put in a position to be able to tell young girls where to draw the line, but I would draw the line at disrespect.
Yeah.
It starts with disrespect. It starts with, you don't allow someone to disrespect you. You don't, and whatever version of disrespect that is for you, it shouldn't come down to a slap. There has had to have been a disrespectful something that happened at some point. And again, this is me saying, this is to girls. A lot of times girls don't have control of these situations. I would also say to, men out there or people out there who think that a woman's place should be a specific thing, or, a woman deserves specific treatment, or this is her job, this is what she should do. I think taking for granted a woman's ability to contribute is also something that we need to start thinking of. So I think if I had to say something, I think for women, it should be like, just recognize try to, in intimate situations, like you explained, just try and recognize if you have the choice, or try to find the strength or people around you to help you get out of that situation. But it shouldn't come down to that ever.
Couldn't come to that. Yeah, very well said, Priyanka. Thank you. Shrishti, we have known Priyanka for a really long time. We absolutely love and respect her. When you came on board, what were your initial discussions with her? What were her concerns? How did this work out, this equation?
I think on many levels, though personal connect wasn't there with Priyanka, but I am one among the many, many women who have followed her journey right from she was crowned, Miss India. I still remember
We've had many email conversations.
Yes,
we
my
never met
mother.
for a very long time.
I know. My mother was, the person who used to actually make us watch Miss India and keep reminding us that, this is what matters. It's the gray matter, how smart you are, how confident you are. So yeah, I'm one among those girls who have been influenced greatly. From a film perspective, I think from the get-go, Priyanka really, really liked how we had presented the stories. We always wanted to balance it. Rohit, the special thing about this, I think, film is also about the fact that it's not about me. And it can't be about me, because there are role models in the film who are so important in Sangeeta, Neha, and Pragya, who have actually faced the whole violence themselves, right? So I think there were no real big concerns, but the support was always there in terms of what needed. How can we get this to wider audience? So there came obviously her long-standing relationship with Amazon and the Prime Video team, who are kind of taking this message forward and being the platform who champion this. So I would say that there was like tremendous amount of support, no doubt about that.
Amazing. Lastly, to you, Priyanka, what kind of films documentary will Priyanka back? What do you look forward to if filmmakers, young filmmakers with a story message are looking at you, reaching out to you? What would be your message to them?
I mean, my company, Purple Pebble Pictures, now almost for 10 years, has mostly worked with new filmmakers wanting to break ground in the industry. To me, it has to be a subject matter that matters to you. It has to be a story that creates a movement. It has to move an audience member. Like, genre has never mattered to me, but whenever you watch something, you want to be moved. Whether you're angry, whether you enjoy it, whether you laugh, whether those couple of hours you're investing in something by watching this thing, and it should matter. So I try to back films that move me when I watch them, and I feel like, will move another person that clicks on that button.
Right. Super. Thank you so much. Shrishti, you're a true hero. Really couldn't believe it when I was watching that you did this. So big congratulations. We are so proud of you. And Priyanka, we love you. We miss you. Come soon.
Thank you. Thank you, Rohit. So good to see you again.
Thank you. Bye, guys.